Well, hello and welcome back to the Chamber Vibes podcast. If this is your first time listening, welcome. Let me just give you a rundown of what's going on. So I'm your host, Foster Garrett, Director of Marketing and Events for the Bedford Area Chamber of Commerce. And if you don't know what a chamber is, that's totally fine. We are a nonprofit membership organization that strives to help the Bedford area prosper by serving, convening, and collaborating with local businesses, organizations, and people. And every week, I get to interview a different chamber member to find out what they do and why they do it. And it's recorded right here in beautiful Bedford, Virginia, and broadcasting on Media Squatch Plus. If you don't have the Media Squatch Plus app, you should really get it. There's 20 local podcasts on there, and you can hear from a lot of other organizations, including ours. But lots of great things on there, and I love doing this podcast because it really helps you as a listener get more tuned into our community. I also want to thank our sponsor, Gary Evans with Cornerstone Operations, for helping bring this podcast to you. Without the support of people like Gary, we really wouldn't be able to do this podcast at all, or any things that we do that help get the information out there to you, our community. And this is not only a great opportunity for our businesses and our chamber members to really talk about their organizational stories, but also to let everybody know all about the resources, the fun things to do, and all the different services that are right here in our area. Without great businesses and organizations and hardworking people, we really wouldn't be able to have the great Bedford that we have. So I hope that you enjoy this podcast. If you like this episode, go back and listen to all the others. We have lots of great stories to tell you, and we record every week, so keep an eye out for a new episode every single week. Before we get to the actual podcast, I do want to tell you about some of the things we have going on at the Chamber. We just finished our gala. If you haven't been listening, go back and listen to all my great segments on that. We have 7 amazing winners of our Excellence in Business Awards that we were able to recognize in September. It ranges from Small Business of the Year to Large Business to Employee of the Year. And we are so grateful to everybody that nominated 23 finalists. And we love being able to recognize all the outstanding organizations that make our community what it is. So go ahead and congratulate them. All that information is on our website and our Facebook. In terms of programming, we have lots of things coming up. We actually have 2 ribbon cuttings. One is today for the Bedford Area Family YMCA at 10:30, so I'm going to be rolling out of here to go to that. They recently updated their fitness center, and if you have been in it since they finished the renovation, it is completely different from top to bottom. Brand new floors, the walls have been painted, and every single piece of equipment is brand new. Everything has been updated. It looks amazing. So we're really excited to show that off today and officially celebrate it. And next week on Wednesday at noon, we'll be at the Flora Apartments. That is another very long-awaited project, and we're so excited to show everybody the fully renovated Bedford Middle/High School and have everybody come through for a tour and participate in the ribbon cutting. So we'll be doing that at noon, but they'll also have the facility open for everybody to come through after work from 4 to 6. So if you can't make it for the ribbon cutting, that's totally fine. You still have an opportunity to go and see all the updates. So really exciting stuff. In terms of chamber programming, we have 3 events in November. Our Sweet Networking event is on November 6th from 11 to 2 at the Bauer Center. You're guaranteed to make 49 new connections, and you'll have to give your pitch 7 times. We'll also serve you lunch, and it's just a really good time and a great way to make a high impact with connections. We also have something later that week, our Christmas market, and this is our 12th year of celebrating Christmas and small businesses and supporting local for the holidays in Bedford. I'm really excited about this. We only have 5 booths left for our vendors. So if you make something, whether it be jewelry or pottery or art, go ahead and apply. I'm really excited to be at Anxious for Nothing this year. They're a great organization, actually the recipient of the 2025 Nonprofit of the Year Award, and we're excited to partner with them and be at their facility. It's located in the old People's Building off of Blue Ridge Avenue, and all of our vendors will be inside, so you don't have to worry about the weather being bad. And yeah, we're just really excited for that day. It's a really fun event. And it's a great way to kick off the holiday season and start finding unique gifts for your loved ones very soon. The last thing that we have in November is a grant writing workshop on November 18th from 10 to 12 at the library, the Bedford library, I have to specify. And this is a part 2 to one that we did last year with Joanne Miller with Brook Hill Farm and Emily Joseph with Grant Flow. We literally sold that one out. I had to give up my seat and stand in the back because we filled every single spot at that workshop, and it was just a really great day of learning from each other and learning from our facilitators, and we're excited to do it again. You don't have to have gone to the first one to go to the second one, but the second one will be a little bit more hands-on. We're going to kind of work through some of the organizational things for applying to grants, try to put our pen to paper writing for certain grants, and it'll just be a really fun, really informative day. So if you work for a nonprofit or any type of institution that writes for grants, this could be a great way to either have a starting place with grant writing or to level up. And that's free for chamber members and only $15 for non-members. So it makes a lot of sense to go ahead and sign up. We'll have lots of coffee. We ran out of coffee twice at the workshop last year. So if you work for a nonprofit, I work for a nonprofit, we know that we're tired, guys. We need that caffeine. So we'll juice you up and we'll give you some good information. The last thing that we have going on this year is a big school event in December. It's a 3-day school event. It's all about career and technical education and connecting courses to careers. I'll talk about that as we kind of knock out some of our November events. But if you want to work with students in Bedford County Public Schools, if you want to kind of invest in our future talent pipeline, this could be the event for you. That's enough for me. You can find information about all of our events on bedfordareachamber.com. And I will drop our phone number at the very end so you can listen all the way through so that you can contact us about everything that I just talked about. But without further ado, please allow me to introduce today's guest, Bethany Locklear with Locklear Law. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you. Did you walk down here today?
I did not. I parked and just walked through the parking lot.
That was the right choice. I didn't see your car when I came down here, but you're right up the hill. So walking down would be nice. Walking back up, not so much.
That's true.
Well, Bethany, before we kind of jump into the question and answer, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and then about your business?
Sure. So my name's Bethany Locklear, and I grew up in South Carolina, but I've been in Bedford for about 18 years, and I love Bedford. I'm a homeschool mom. I have 4 kids, and I am the owner of Locklear Law. So I'm an attorney in Bedford, and I mainly do family law, but I love guardian ad litem work.
That's awesome. 4 kids is a job in its own, especially doing homeschool.
It is, yes, but we enjoy it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, what kind of made you want to become a lawyer?
Well, when I was 8, I was in South Carolina, and I was a very nosy child. I was going through my grandma's attic, and she kept all the U.S. weeklies.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going through those and reading them, and I found the ones on the whole JFK.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
And so I was reading those and just going through all of that. Sorry, my voice would do this.
It's okay. As soon as you started talking.
Right, yeah. So I was just going through all of her things, and I saw all of this stuff about the entire civil rights movement and everything. And I grew up in a very small southern town in South Carolina, and that was probably 94, 95, and so not too terribly far removed from all of that. My grandma just kept everything. And so I found it and read it and asked my dad about it. And he said, well, let's go to the library. So we went to the library, and he rented me some books throughout that time. And he rented me the book, Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Mm-hmm.
And I read it, and I was just infuriated. And I was about 8 years old. And I told my parents, I was like, I've been raised that all people are created in the image of God, and everybody has inherent value. How does this happen? And my dad, who was not very well educated, he said, well, what are you going to do about it? I said, well, I don't know, because I'm 8. So he got me involved in all of these organizations that I would not ordinarily be involved in as an 8-year-old little girl in a very small South Carolina town. And so we got involved with the Audubon Society, the Sierra Club,
Oh,
all of
wow.
these very different things, right? And so I got to see people from all different walks of life, very, very different from how I grew up. And so I got to meet lobbyists and attorneys, and I decided at that point that I wanted to be an attorney so that I could help people never go through those kind of things again. And here I am 30 years later.
That's amazing.
Thank you. It was.
I mean, so reading Uncle Tom's Cabin at 8 years old, that has an impact
It
for
does.
sure. Yeah.
It does.
But it's incredible that your dad was so supportive and he kind of saw your heart and where your dream was kind of leading and helped you get there.
Yeah, he did. And both of my parents have always been super supportive and very, very caring. I was very fortunate.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
And you said that you primarily focus on family law.
I do.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So I started Locklear Law last January. I graduated from law school in 2016, went back to South Carolina, came back here and put off taking the Virginia bar, basically. And then I finally took it a few years ago and passed and started this business last year. And I kind of went in trial by fire because I joined the Bedford Attorney of the Day, where I'm court appointed for child protective orders. And so everything just kind of went from there. So I went in from really not practicing to child protective orders, like immediately.
Yeah.
So I learned quickly, and everybody, all the attorneys in Bedford are so kind and so helpful, and the judges are very kind and helpful, and I'm very thankful to be in Bedford, and because I have asked many of them many questions. And so that's just kind of where I ended up with the family law, and in that I got on the guardian ad litem list, and I love guardian ad litem work. That's probably where my passion is right now.
That's awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of attorneys in Bedford.
There
and
are.
It's really cool. I mean, for those who don't know, my dad is an attorney, and my mom works with him in his law office. So I just know a little bit about it. But it's nice to have kind of a community of people that are working together and are able to kind of like, there's a lot of older lawyers, but there's also a lot of young blood coming in, and everybody is kind of like working to make sure that everybody in our community has great representation. And also, you saying it's a trial by fire. Absolutely. Everybody I know that either is in law school or has become a lawyer, law school, it teaches you so much. It's hard. There's so much that goes into it, but it's not the same as practicing.
It is not.
Like, not at all.
Not at all.
But I like that, you know, you're kind of jumping in with both feet. And you said you started in January 2024?
Thank you. I did.
Wow. That's incredible.
Thank you.
You're coming up on 2 years.
I am. And I can't believe it's already been 2 years.
Yeah.
I never feel like I'm going to work. I love what I do. And so somebody told me one time, if you learn to love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And
that's true.
I truly never feel like I'm going to work. I love what I do.
That's awesome. And you're located on North Bridge Street, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm at 110 North Bridge Street.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Right in the thick of things.
Yes.
Well, for anybody that, I know that you primarily do family law. Do you do anything else? That I know that with small town lawyers, everybody dabbles just a little bit.
Right. You're right. I've done a little bit of everything, but primarily family law is where I'm at. But I'm still fairly new, and so I am also on the court appointed list for General District Court, and so I'm kind of moving that way also. But I probably won't ever get completely out of family law.
That's awesome
because I love it.
What is kind of your passion behind it?
I think really with the guardian ad litem work, that's where my love is, and just I am able to see children, and nobody has a guardian ad litem or really an attorney when it's happy, right? It's always the hardest times, and with the kids, I I never really anticipated working with kids, even though I have 4 of my own. And that's probably why, because I have 4 of my own. So it's kind of one of the things where you're like, I will never work child abuse cases. I'll
Yeah.
never, but whenever you get into it and you're able to actually talk to the children and you have a real opportunity to help these kids, and whether it be just determining where their best interests are as far as with mom or dad, there's also, abuse cases and those kind of things where you have the opportunity to, for that child to look back and say, I was helped because of this person. Or, and it's not so much with me as it is just the whole legal system.
Yeah.
And them having a positive effect. I had a child earlier in the year who invited me to their high school graduation.
Aww.
And I went, and it was just, I was so proud just because, one of my kids did what they were supposed to do and got through. So I think that's why, if that answers.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. I think there's a lot that goes into protecting and advocating for children in the legal system. One of our very involved members is CASA of Central Virginia.
Yes.
And the CASA advocates are amazing.
They are.
But guardian litems, judges, CASA advocates, everybody kind of works together for the child. Really, that's who, you guys are charged with taking care of and serving. And there's so many children, I think in Bedford particularly, out of the area, that are in situations where they need an advocate, and it's important work.
Thank you.
And I think it has to come from, a place of love and a place like a mission to serve them.
Yes. Yep. Thank you. I think so. I feel like it's an area of law that I have been called to, and I don't know that I would be able to do it if I wasn't.
Yeah.
CASA is amazing. I have only good things to say about CASA.
Yeah, they do a lot of great stuff, and the fact that all the advocates are volunteers is really incredible to me.
Me too.
Yeah, and I mean, it's hard work. You having 4 kids. I mean, you saying, when I had kids, I don't think I could have done this. But I think, I don't know, I just really admire you for it.
Well, thank you.
You're
appreciate
welcome. It. Well, Bethany, is there anything else that you'd like to share?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
That sums it up.
That's awesome. Well, if people want to learn more about you or get in contact with you for can we talk? Actually, I do have one more question.
Yes.
Can you kind of specify some of the services for family law for people that could come to you that maybe aren't appointed for you?
Oh, yeah. So I help people who need custody attorneys, divorce. Those are the 2 main areas that I'm in, are custody and divorce. I've also had, I've done wills and those kind of things. But it seems like my wheelhouse has pretty much been dominated by custody.
Well, sounds good. Well, if people want to get in touch with you or learn more about you, what's the best way to do so?
So I have a Facebook page.
Nice.
And my phone number's on there, or I can give you.
You can say it now if you'd like.
Fine. Okay. So my office phone number is 540-400-1033.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, good stuff. Well, Bethany, thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Of course. And hopefully I'll continue to see you around. I've loved having you as a chamber member. I appreciate you coming to programming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it.
Well, good. And hopefully we'll just see your business continue to grow.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Well, if you want to learn more about us at the Chamber, and give us a call at 540-586-9401 or visit our website, bedfordareachamber.com, for information about our mission and the perks of becoming a member. But also on our website is a full directory of our membership, which is helpful for finding all sorts of great things in the region, including Locklear Law. But that's all for today. Thanks so much for listening, and keep an ear out for the next Chamber Vibes podcast.